Cobbin. We are here on Monday, and I got a few things that I wanted to chit chat with you about. First off, Mondays are about giving yourself grace. I'm just going to start off out the gate with letting you know give yourself grace, give yourself others grace, and here's why. I vividly remember a night where I was out having dinner with a friend, and we were having a good time. We were enjoying ourselves. We were laughing, joking, and then something just came over me where I started feeling a little bit off. Not like physically, like hey, I'm getting low energy, but just like my face started feeling funny, my body started feeling funny, and I didn't think anything of it. And I was out of town actually. So what happened was I drove home. It was like an hour and a half or so that I drove home. When I got home, I'm opening the door. Courtney sees me, and the first thing she says is, "You need to go to the doctor." Like, I got things to do. I've got to get my studying right. I got to get my coaching business. Like, there's a laundry list of things that I needed to get done that I wasn't really focused on whatever she was talking about. But as you know, wives usually win those kind of discussions, and probably for a good reason. I ended up getting in the car, driving to the clinic. And there's a difference here in Texas between a walk-in clinic and the hospital. So the hospital is like, I broke my arm, I need to go in. A walk-in clinic is like, I'm feeling a little sick, things are a little off. Is there something I can do, to mitigate having to go to the hospital? So I walk in the door, I sit down in my seat, and I'm talking into the lady, and she's like, well, how can I help you today? I'm like, well, half of my face isn't working. And she immediately opens the door, walks out. I hear her and somebody else chit chatting. She opens the door, walks back in, and the first thing she tells me is, you need to go to the hospital. Like, I still have things to do today, and this is taking an extremely long time. But whatever. If you're telling me that I need to go to the hospital, I will go to the hospital. Get back in my car, drive to the hospital. Doors open. I walk up to the guy at the front desk. He says, "How may I help you? What's going on with you today?" And I said, "Well, half my face isn't working. My name is Danny Cobbin." He's like, "All right, we'll call you as soon as we need you." So I go sit down, and before I sit down, hey, Danny Cobbin, we need you to come to the back. First time I worked. First time I was like, uh-oh. They don't call you to the back that quick unless you have chest pains, unless something's really wrong. They don't call you to the back that quickly. So like I'm walking to the back, I sit down, doctor immediately comes out, and the doctor's like, "Sir, you don't have a stroke." I'm like, "Well, that's a good thing." I didn't even know that was a thing that I could be having, but okay. So you're in great spirits, sir. So I'm pretty sure that it's stress that's causing Bell's palsy. And what Bell's palsy is Bell's palsy is there's a nerve on the side of your face that controls. So there's one on each side that controls everything that happens in your face. So for me, it was like I would have one side of my face would be smiling, the other would not. Half of my face, like I could blink my eye, the other half I could not. And I was like, whoa, like, is this permanent? Is this something that I need to be frustrated? Like, what do I need to do, doc? Like, I didn't even know that this could happen. He's like, you need to calm down. Stop stressing out. Stop being so worried. Whatever you're doing right now, you might want to do the opposite thing. And let me tell you guys what I was doing. I had told myself that in the next 30 days, I'm going to push myself to the max so that I can personally develop and be where I needed to be when I needed to get there. After the end of the 30 days, I said, why not 60 days? That was good. I got what I needed. 30 days was good. Let me get another 30. So we're now at 60 days, right? We're now at 60 days of me pushing myself to the max to get everything that I possibly can get out of myself. And I said, well, I mean, everything I was learning to that point was get into state. You control yourself. You own the day. You got to do this. Like it was like busting through walls. That's everything that I had learned up to that point was bust through the walls because you are in control of yourself. So I'm like, all right, 90 days, let's do it. In the 90 days, face stopped working. And here's what's cool. Our bodies are designed to shut down whenever they're being overworked, overstressed, overstimulated. And it reminds me of a blow dryer. Um, my wife has really curly hair, and it takes her forever to blow dry her hair. So when we go to hotels, you get that little the little hair dryer that's in the bag that has hair dryer on it. You pull it out, unfold it, plug it in, you start blow drying. 5 minutes in, it shuts down. I remember the first time my wife was like, "Why is this thing not working?" And 5 minutes later, it's back on, and she's blow drying another half of her hair, and it stops working. And I didn't realize that what the hair dryer was doing was shutting itself off so that it didn't completely burn out and it wasn't any good to anybody. Because once it actually burns out and you have to buy another hair dryer, well, that's costly if you keep doing that over time, over time, over time. So they designed the hair dryer to have a shut off switch whenever it started overheating, started overworking. Our systems, our bodies are designed exactly the same way. What if it was that easy that whenever we're stressed, worried, frustrated, anxious, anything like that, what if instead of us digging further in, we said, "Oh, this is a sign that I need to back off. I need to give myself some space." And the reason why I think that that's so important is because we have been given the wrong user manual. The user manual says, you get stressed out, you get frustrated, let that other person know because the things won't get fixed. But what I found out through Bell's palsy was that when we get overworked, overstimulated, over whatever, our bodies shut down. We get sick, we get Bell's palsy, whatever it is, because the system is saying, if you keep going in this direction, you might die. And our system is designed perfectly to show us that when we are in those states, we can't do the best that we possibly can. So today on a Monday, give yourself grace. Give others grace. And just know that this week and every week moving forward, I'm trying to help you guys see how I've seen the system and how it's designed. Because when you understand how something works, you don't get worried about it. Like when I understand how gravity works, I don't go outside and think I'm gonna jump off the planet. Let me turn that off. That always tells me I'm over time. So I'm getting off because I'm over time. But let me finish out my point. You don't go outside when there is gravity. You don't think you're gonna lift off the planet. If you were in an airplane and half of the airplane believed in gravity and the other half of the airplane didn't believe in gravity, the half of the airplane that didn't believe in gravity wouldn't go floating into the airplane while you were sitting in your seat. We intuitively know it when it comes to gravity. But it's not so obvious, not so clear to us when it comes to our systems and our body. So this week, if you get stressed, frustrated, anxious, don't take my word for it. Give it a go, give it a shot. See what happens when you back away and you give yourself to see what is going on. Be you. We'll keep growing stronger together.